Hey, sweeties. So, uh, video number 10. Yay! And yeah, so you saw the title is I got a minion of them. Why did I pick that title? That's very silly. So, a minion, sometimes pronounced minyan, is a quorum of 10 Jewish adults needed to say certain prayers. And so um, that constitutes a community, the minimum for a community. And I do want to talk a little bit about community today. And so, for those who are seeing this at the time that it's recorded, you don't need the explanation. But if people are seeing this, a bit farther in the future, so this is still pandemic time. And why am I mentioning that? Because a few months ago, it was ruled by, it would be great if I could remember the organization, but basically the group that interprets the Torah for the conservative movement in the United States. And remember, the conservative movement of Judaism does not necessarily have anything to do with conservative political views. It's just what we call it in the USA. So anyway, so several months ago, it was ruled that having a minyan by Zoom or other virtual means where we can see and hear each other was kosher. And so that when we need to say particular prayers that we require a minyan for, we could do it that way, and that's fine. Now, not every flavor of Jewish is the same, and I know some communities are doing things differently. I'm really grateful that my community is doing virtual services. I feel safer this way, and that is not a judgment on anyone else. That is my feelings on it. But yeah, I love my community. I'm grateful that I am part of a community that, even though there are individual differences of opinion, obviously, you always get that with people, but, I like to think our hearts are all in the right place, and yeah. Okay. Back to the matter at hand. Okay, so, yeah, so with regard to community and peoplehood, for those who may be less familiar with the biblical story, the Torah was given in the wilderness. And yes, I know some translations say desert, and I'm not going to touch that right now, but it was given Bamidbar, in the wilderness, no man's land, no specific country, in an area that did not belong to any particular group of people. And I completely believe that was intentional, because I believe that the Torah, or Bible, or Hebrew Bible, whatever you want to call it, the Enlightenment, the teaching, was given in an unclaimed region to demonstrate that it was for whoever was willing to accept that. And that is how I live, as someone who continues to accept the Torah as a way to live on an ongoing basis. Have I mentioned that before? Probably. But anyway, it's a big deal to me. And and some people aren't real nice about people who choose Judaism, and people who have whatever excuse, whatever, you're different like this, you're different like that. No, excuse me, it's like a family. Once you're in the family, it doesn't matter how you got there. You could have been born into the family, you could have married in, you could have just symbolically, in an honorary manner, adopted your way into the family, and it's all good. And of course, legally adopting your way into a family also, same thing. Once you're in, and that's it, and it doesn't matter. Oh, I did want to say, for those who would like to, look for yourself, please, and read uh, the beginning of the giving of the Torah is found in it's Parshat Yitro, if you're familiar with that way of looking things up. Otherwise, you can look it up as the book of Exodus, chapter 20. And it starts with the Ten Commandments and fun times. Anyway, so I also want to mention, community is what you make it. Your community is what you make it. My community is what I make it. Someone else's community is what they make it. It's an ongoing thing. It's not stuck. It's not this static thing that never changes. Even within some communities that would prefer to remain more or less the same. Things change because people come and go and situations change. Pandemics happen. And we have to roll with it, and we have to just contribute how we can. And I just want to brag on my synagogue a little bit, because the Hebrew school is doing this thing where we are collecting. I say we. I don't have a Hebrew school person anymore, but they're collecting snacks for frontline workers. I don't know which hospital they're going to. That doesn't matter. Anyway, it doesn't matter for our purpose here. But not just the snacks and the drinks. They're also asking people to make thank you posters. And so I did that too. And, maybe your community is doing something like that. Maybe you could invite your community to do something like that. We all make a difference. We all matter. And during this time, a lot of people are participating less, and that's okay. Even when things are available to interact virtually and whatnot, a lot of people are participating in community less than they're used to. And, don't beat yourself up about it, but please do what you can. Please participate as best you can. Be part of things, because you are important. You are relevant. You mean something to your community. You may know that. You may not know that. But you know it now, because I just told you. So, would I lie? Of course not. Anyway, I am going to go. But before I do, I want to send you up with a virtual hug. And I just want to say, please like it if you liked it. And you have yourself a wonderful day. Goodbye for now.